Okay, so on your warm-up sheet, you wrote down for this week, your first objective on that second column, construct segments and segment bisectors. We're actually probably just going to get through the first part of that. And you have a compass today, so we're going to talk about that tool a little bit, but you should have tried to make some circles on your warm-up. Now, this is a warm-up where I'm not doing it for you. You're able to do this on your own, so when you turn it in Friday, I'm going to see those two angles constructed, right? And so just a quick reminder, because we're about to start these notes, okay? I don't want headphones in our ears while we're doing this so you can hear what I'm saying. Please. Please. Brianna, right? Please. So, let's do this. You have this sheet called constructions, okay? Now, first word is what we're talking about, what we've been doing last Friday and today, when we use this protractor and this new thing. This is called a compass. We only use the protractor for the straight edge so we can make straight lines. So straight edge and a compass. Using these two tools, you can construct things in geometry. And that first blank is the word, which is at the top of the page, construction. A construction is a geometric drawing that uses a limited set of tools, usually a compass and a straight edge, right? So that's what we got today. You can use a compass and a straight edge to construct a segment that is congruent to a given segment. That's what we're going to do today. And an angle is congruent to a given angle, okay? So let's look at our instructions here. So to copy a segment, we're going to use the following steps to construct it. So at the very bottom, you'll see we have AB. Now, if I told you right now, hey, copy this length. Go for it. Copy this length. Typically, you would just measure it. It's about 2.5 inches. You draw it, you'd be done. That is not what we're doing. So I want to say this like over and over, okay? We are not measuring in inches. We are not measuring in centimeters, okay? This is actually just supposed to be a straight edge with no marks on it, okay? But we're going to use this for our straight edge. So once again, just so I'm clear, is everyone awake? Can you tap in? It's okay. I want everyone to hear this. So we are not measuring with inches. We are not measuring with centimeters. Cool? So here's how you do this. Step 1. What does it say? Draw a segment length, okay? So that's what I want you to do here at the bottom. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Down here at the bottom, use your protractor, use the straight edge, and draw yourself a long line. Okay, a long line segment. So everyone's doing this now. Using your straight edge, make a long line segment. And put a point at the end of it. And label that A. So again, draw a long line, put a point at the end. That's my step 1, okay? Now step 2 says what? What does it say? Measure the length. Am I going to measure in inches or centimeters? No. So how else can you measure? Here's how you do it, okay? This thing is how you're going to measure. So let me show you. You're going to put the pointy point on A and then put the pencil point on B. So you're going to have to adjust this thing until you get it right on there. Okay. So is everyone, you got this? Why not? When you come in, make sure you grab what you need. So, again, pointy point to the pencil point. That's what we call measuring. Now, you're going to pick it up and make sure this doesn't move. Don't bump it. Don't move the pencil, okay? So, once you have this measurement, you're going to put the pointy point down at your new A, like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to gently make a mark with your pencil across the line segment. So I'm going to make a little mark. If you press too hard, it's going to move the measurement and it's going to be off. So that's why I'm being gentle, okay? Now, does everyone see that? So I have, no, rotate. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, I meant to hit focus. All right, so now that I've marked this, do you see where they cross? Go ahead and put a point where they cross. And that's going to be your point B, okay? Now, don't they look the same? I measured it here, I marked it down here. They should be the same length. And I didn't have to use inches or centimeters to do it. So what am I looking for when you construct this? I'm looking for a line, I'm looking for the second mark, okay? Now some people try to finesse Mr. G, okay? Here's what they do. They say, oh yeah, Mr. G, it's 2.5 inches, and I'm going to put a little mark right there. I want to tell you, it's very obvious when you make a random mark and when you make an arc mark, okay? This looks like it's part of a circle. This looks like nothing, okay? So again, it'll be obvious to me that you used your compass and a straight edge. So don't measure with inches and centimeters. I'll say it a million times, I'm sure. Cool. Now flip it over to the next page. We have some examples. Now, number one, bless you, we're going to construct the following. We're going to copy what on number one? We're copying a CD. Old-fashioned, right? So, what was my first step on the front? What did I do first? Make a line. Okay, draw a long segment for me, okay? So if you aren't sure what to do, follow me here, okay? Make a long segment here. Now, I only say long because if it's too short, I might mess it up, okay? What do I put at the end here? Okay, put a point, call it C this time because we're doing CD, right? But hey, you were listening, that's good. Now, CD measures what? What am I going to measure here? Okay, CD. I have people measuring AB. It's not always AB. Again, number one says CD, so measure it from C to D. So let's do that. And again, you're going to put your pointy point on C and your pencil point on D. So you can see how I measured it right there. Then I'm going to bring it down here. Put my pointy point on C. And then again, make a gentle, nice pencil mark across the segment. So now that I have C and this intersection, I'm going to put a point, call that letter D. Cool. Now, what's weird about number two? They're adding two different segments. Okay? What do you think you're going to do? Say what? Do both? Okay. Are they going to be separated or next to each other? Next to each other. Okay? So that's why you make a long line in case you have to do more than one. So I'm going to make my long line, measure AB, mark it, and from that B, I'm going to make EF. So you're going to have two segments right next to each other. So again, first step, long segment. Put a point at the end, which is going to be my A. So for AB, make sure you're measuring AB. Okay, and then coming down to this A, make your mark. And again, don't push too hard so it doesn't mess it up. once I got AB, now I got to add EF. So now let's go measure from E to F. Now, I know that says letter D, but that's going to actually be where you start letter E as well. From E, and then, so does everyone see what I'm doing? I'm putting the pointy point right at, oh, sorry, my bad. I went off. Thank you. Sorry. I'm down here at AB, and I'm going to put, whoops, at B, that's where I'm putting my letter E. Thank you very much. And then make that mark. So it's E, and then this over here is going to be F. Okay? So, sorry for that. All right, so this one is AB plus EF right next to each other. And then before we go, take a wild guess. What do you think 2CD, what are you going to do? Which means adding them the same thing twice, right? So you just have a CD and then mark the same CD next to it. Okay? So draw a long line. One second. So again, long line, measure CD, mark it, and mark it right next to itself. Okay?